Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles, the Abyssal Clocktower. In the quiet town of Valhalla stood an ancient clock tower, abandoned for over a century. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about the tower, claiming it was cursed. At exactly midnight, the clock would toll 13 times, and anyone inside would disappear without a trace. The rumors only made it more intriguing to Clara, a budding adventurer, and her best friend Sam. On the eve of the town's annual festival, Clara convinced Sam to explore the clock tower. "It's just a story to scare kids," she said, packing a lantern and a notebook. Sam was reluctant but followed her anyway, unable to resist the allure of uncovering the mystery. The clock tower loomed against the night sky, its weathered bricks and shattered windows oozing foreboding. As they stepped inside, a chill ran down their spines. The air smelled of damp stone and rusted metal, and the faint sound of ticking echoed throughout, though the clock had stopped years ago. They began their ascent, each step creaking under their weight. The walls were lined with faded murals depicting strange, otherworldly scenes, shadowy figures pulling people into dark voids, eyes peering from cracks in the sky, and distorted clocks melting into rivers. Clara sketched the murals in her notebook, fascinated, while Sam grew increasingly uneasy. Halfway up, they found a small room with an ornate brass desk. On the desk lay a journal, its pages brittle with age. The handwriting was frantic, detailing a clockmaker's obsession with building a time conduit to glimpse other dimensions. The final entry read, "The 13th chime is the key, but beware what you awaken." Suddenly, a deep, resonant echoed through the tower. Startled, they realized it was nearing midnight. Against Sam's protests, Clara insisted they reach the top before the clock chimed. They hurried up the final set of stairs, their lantern flickering. At the top, they found the massive gears and pendulums of the clock, still despite the ticking sound growing louder. In the center of the room was a strange, glowing orb embedded in the clock's mechanism. It pulsed like a heartbeat, casting an eerie blue light. Clara reached out to touch it, but Sam grabbed her arm. "Don't! Something isn't right!" Before they could decide, the clock struck midnight. The first chime echoed like thunder, shaking the tower. The orb flared and the gears creaked to life. Each chime grew louder, the air thickening with an oppressive force. On the 13th toll, the room twisted around them, the walls bending and warping like liquid. The orb shattered, and a dark void opened where it had been. Shadowy tendrils emerged, writhing and reaching for them. Clara and Sam scrambled back, but the tendrils moved faster. One wrapped around Clara's ankle, pulling her toward the void. Sam grabbed her hand, pulling with all his strength. The murals they had seen earlier now came to life, the shadowy figures stepping from the walls, their eyeless faces turning toward the pair. "Let go!" Clara shouted. "You'll get pulled in too!" But Sam refused, gripping her tightly as the void's pull grew stronger. In a final desperate move, Clara swung her lantern at the tendril, its flame igniting the shadow. The tendrils recoiled, and the void began to collapse. The tower shook violently, the floor crumbling beneath them. They barely managed to dive through the doorway as the room imploded, the void consuming itself. The clock's tolls ceased, and the tower fell silent once more. Dazed, they stumbled down the stairs, the murals now blank, the journal gone. When they reached the exit, the first light of dawn was breaking. As they left the tower, Clara glanced back. For a brief moment she thought she saw a shadowy figure standing in the topmost window, watching them. Though they escaped, the ticking sound followed Clara in her dreams, and she couldn't shake the feeling that something had crossed over with them, something waiting for the next midnight. Please like, share and subscribe.